Today we want to talk about the word adapt. That's our character quality. The word adapt, the way we want to discuss it today, means being able to easily go from one thing to another. Successful people often have a certain amount of habits that they've cultivated or things that they have in common. One of the things that most successful people share is the ability to continue to learn and learn from other people. I know that a lot of times our own ego gets in the way and we think that, wow, I've learned all these things, or I think I know about this, or I know about that. The truth is that we want to look around at the people around us and say, how can we improve ourselves and how can we add to our value because of what we can get from other people? I love to read. I don't do it nearly as much as I should. And every time I read about successful people, I find that one of their habits is they read. They learn from other people. There's some coaches I know who often will read 5, 10, 15, or sometimes up to 50 books in a year about leadership or character or relationships or other people. And I think, how do they do that? That's crazy. I don't have that much time in the day. But then I sometimes step back and I go, maybe I'd have a little bit more time in my day if I'd stop doing some things that are getting in the way and I'd focus more on that. It would make me more adaptable if I was willing to learn from other people and to be able to put into practice what they have to say. I love this passage from Proverbs 9 verse 9. It says, "Instruct a wise person and they will be wiser still and increase learning." I think about so many biblical figures and they would be called successful people in this world. I think about Moses or David or Paul or Peter. And what's interesting is they share this common characteristic of being adaptable, of learning from others around them, of listening to them so that they can be more effective in how they live out their purpose in this world. Moses was struggling one day. His workload was amazingly just overwhelming to him. His father-in-law came along and said, "Why are you doing all this yourself? Why don't you put people in charge of this and help them help yourself so that they can do some of the work for you? You don't have to do everything." And so he listened. He was adaptable. My encouragement to you is to know that God has wisdom for you. We may be smart, we may be talented, we may have skills in some area, but we can learn from other people. And when we learn from other people, especially when we learn how to live out our faith and live out our purpose as God's children from God's Word and from His advice to us and people around us, we can serve Him better by being able to adapt to different situations.